Hey, what's up, everyone? This is
TaijhTV.
Russia, Russia, Russia. Yes, Russia will win. I don't know what you non believers have been smoking, but whatever it is, I don't want any of it. The fact of the matter is, Russia will win.
Глава Донецкой Народной Республики.
And yet, today's formal annexation signing with the 4 Russian-appointed leaders of Ukrainian districts is the war's largest escalation since invasion.
Только таким может быть.
We will defend our land using all forces and means at our disposal, and will do everything we can to protect the security of our people.
And to an
He just annexed 15% of Ukraine. Look it up. Russia just took 15% of another country, Ukraine. And Ukraine's not small, but neither is Russia. Wasn't this whole thing because he was worried about Ukraine joining NATO and having the Americans, the NATO nations at his border? Well, look what President Zelensky of Ukraine just did.
Killed and many others injured Friday after a barrage of Russian rockets and missiles targeted a convoy of civilian vehicles heading to a Russian-controlled area of Ukraine to visit relatives and bring supplies. Yesterday, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared that 4 regions of Ukraine are now part of Russia.
See, that's where they make the mistake. The people voted to be liberated from Ukraine. That's a fact. There was a vote. The vote was to become Russians, and they're getting what they wanted. The people of those 4 regions are getting what they wanted, and that's to be a part of Russia. Now, you can talk all the shit you want about, oh, that's illegal, yada, yada, yada. Those people voted for this. Those people were being mistreated by the Ukrainian military, government, the Ukrainian society in general, and they had enough. They want to go back to Russia. They want to be a part of Russia. Whose business is that other than theirs? Give the people what they want. Now, you just heard Putin say that he will defend those regions with all his might. And his sword is big. But now you got Zelensky applying to fast track to become NATO. The one thing that Putin said he didn't want from the start. And then you have Zelensky talking crazy about liberating those annexed nations.
President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Ukraine remains determined to liberate all of its territory, despite Vladimir Putin's declaration that 4 occupied regions are now part of Russia. In his nightly address, Mr. Zelensky said the path for his nation was difficult but clear, and he was confident of victory. In a signing ceremony at the Kremlin on Friday,
those highlighted regions right there is what you already took Crimea not too long ago. And now he's just taking these 4. I'm not going to butcher the names of these nations. But 15% of Ukraine was just grabbed. Look out for these right here to be grabbed next. Don't be so one-minded, one-way minded here, or one-way thinking here of Russia is losing this war. They are not. This was part of the mission. This was part of the mission. Do not let mainstream media tell you that this just happened, pure coincidence. No way. This was part of the fucking mission. This man is winning. You might not want to realize this. You might want to be oblivious to the fact, but the facts are he just annexed 4 nations on his border that literally take this port right here. He will get this port next. He will get this right here next. He will liberate these nations next. Ukraine will be all of this, east of this river right here. Mark my words. Mark my words. So Zelensky's up to his little tricks. He's trying to get NATO to fight his battle, which we have been doing. America has sent a total of like $50-60 billion worth of either equipment or money or whatever, supplies over to Ukraine. We're not the only nation sending billions. All of NATO is. All of NATO. This little weasel, Zelensky the weasel, will come out of this a billionaire. He'll flee that country. He will flee that fucking country. Do not get it twisted. He will not die with that country. He is leading his people to the hellfire. That's fact. And now you have the warmongering U.S. President Joe Biden stating that he will protect NATO territories right after Zelensky applied to become NATO, to be fast-tracked. Let's listen to President Joe.
America is fully prepared with our NATO allies to defend every single inch of NATO territory. Every single inch. So, Mr. Putin, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. You also asked me earlier about the pipeline, and let me say this. It was a deliberate act of sabotage, and now the Russians are pumping out disinformation and lies.
No, Mr. President. You are pumping out misinformation and lies. You are pumping out the biggest propaganda machine I've ever fucking witnessed, I've ever studied, I've ever done anything. The mainstream media and their propaganda, it's mind-blowing in America. It's fucking mind-blowing. It could drive the sane person insane. That's a fact. So now you heard the President of the United States say that he will go to war with Russia to protect NATO countries. But Putin talked about nukes the other day. Putin talked about, I just showed you the clip, of protecting these annexed countries. These annexed territories, I guess we'll call it that, because now they're Russia. And since the non-believers believe that Putin won't do this, Russia and China just showed force against the U.S. Let's listen.
A U.S. Coast Guard vessel on routine patrol in the Bering Sea off Alaska has reported an encounter with a Chinese guided missile cruiser, which was later discovered to be traveling with 2 other Chinese naval vessels and 4 Russian Navy ships. On Monday, the Coast Guard said in a statement that the Renhai CG-101 missile cruiser was observed some 138 kilometers north of Alaska's Kiska Island by the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Kimball while on a routine patrol on September 19th.
So Russia and China are already showing you that they can get close to America. Yeah, it's Alaska. Who the fuck cares, right? The American government should care. The American people should care. That's right off the coast of our nation. Now, you heard Joe Biden talk about America believes Russia sabotaged their own pipeline. How ridiculous does that sound? Yes, Putin ain't losing no sleep over this. Yes, he did threaten all of Europe of cutting them off if they do not trade in the Russian ruble. Yes. But to think that he would destroy his own pipeline is ridiculous. Let's listen to Putin, what he says.
Невероятно, но факт. Организовав взрывы на международных...
It is hard to believe, but it is a fact that they organized the blast of the Nord Stream
газовых
pipeline,
магистралях Северного потока, которые проходят
which
под
lie on the
Балтийского моря.
Baltic Sea
Фактически
bed.
приступили к
They began
уничтожению
to destroy the
общеевропейской
pan-European energy
энергетической
infrastructure.
инфраструктуры. Всем же очевидно,
It
кому
is
это
clear to
выгодно.
everyone who benefits
Кому
from
выгодно,
this.
тот
Of
и сделал,
course,
конечно.
he who benefits did it.
A sharp drop in pressure on both pipelines was registered on 26 September, and seismologists detected explosions, triggering a wave of speculation about who might have sabotaged one of Russia's most important energy corridors. The European Union said it suspected sabotage caused damage to the Gazprom-led Gazprom.
They want you to believe, the United States mainstream media wants you to believe that Vladimir Putin cut off his own fucking pipeline. No. The sane person does not believe that. The sane person knows that the American elites are very evil people. President Putin says it himself.
Разве мы
Do we
хотим,
really
чтобы в
want in
наших
schools
школах
from the elementary
с
grades that
начальных
children were
классов детям
imposed
навязывали
perversion that
извращения,
led to
которые ведут к
degradation
деградации
and
и
extinction?
вымиранию? Чтобы им
That they were taught that
вдалбливали, что
besides a
кроме
man and
женщины
woman,
и
there were
мужчин для этого
other
существуют еще
genders
некие
and were offered
гендеры.
sex change
И
operations.
предлагали сделать операцию по смене пола.
Do we really
Разве
want
мы
this
всего
for our
этого хотим
country,
для
for our
своей страны,
children?
для
All
своих
this is
детей?
unacceptable for us.
Для нас
We
все
have our
это
own different
неприемлемо.
future.
У нас другое, свое будущее.
Such a total denial of a human being, a rejection of faith and
Такое
traditional
полное
values,
отрицание человека, неспровержение веры и традиционных
suppression of
ценностей,
freedom begins to
подавление
look like
свободы,
perverted
приобретая черты
religion,
религии,
outright
наоборот,
Satanism.
откровенного сатанизма.
That man just called the American elite satanic. Now, I know if you don't agree with Alex Jones and all these conspiracy theories that you're in total disbelief, or maybe you just don't give a fuck. But the footage that you have seen of Bohemian Grove, of the World Economic Forum, of the Council on Foreign Relations, the imagery of America, the symbolism of America is one of Satanism. You can be a non-believer all you fucking want. These elites know what the fuck is happening in Babylon. Yes, America is Babylon. America is perverted. America preaches evil. Who the hell would trust America? Now, I want you to listen to a piece of Tucker Carlson, Fox News. Listen to what he says about this pipeline burst that America wants you to believe. America wants you to believe Russia killed their own pipeline. But listen to America months, years ago, right when Joe Biden got into office. Listen to America explain what they would do to Russia's pipeline.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson. Tonight, you hate to start a Tuesday evening on a grim note, but one of the environmental catastrophes, one of the great environmental catastrophes of our time, is unfolding tonight off the coast of Denmark. The Nord Stream pipelines, which are enormous Russian-owned conduits that carry natural gas from Russia to Western Europe, have been breached. As we speak, Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 are pouring millions of cubic meters of natural gas into the Baltic Sea. Pictures from the air, which you can now see on your screen, show a toxic bubble field more than half a mile wide. You can only guess at how many marine mammals are being killed right now, countless. But the lasting damage may be to the atmosphere.
Today, we are also dealing with.
This was an act.
I'm going to skip forward a lot in this. It's 11 minutes. I don't want to waste 11 minutes of your time. So we'll get to the main points.
Industrial terrorism. That was very obvious to the Prime Minister of Poland, and he wasted no time in saying so. Watch.
Today, we are also dealing with an act of sabotage. We do not know the details of what happened yet, but we can clearly see that it is an act of sabotage, an act that probably marks the next stage in the escalation of the situation we are dealing with in Ukraine.
Watch.
If Russia invades.
It's the Russia. It's the fear Russia mentality that they want for the American people, that they want for the NATO citizens of this world. Fear Russia. It's the great Russian hoax turned up another fucking notch. Listen to what Joe Biden said in February. Listen.
That he might take out these pipelines. Watch.
If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
He just said if Russia crosses that Ukraine border in war, there would no longer be a Nord Stream pipeline 2. Oh my goodness, TaijhTV has done it again. Connecting the dots. It's not hard to see. You have to want to see this shit to believe this shit. But most people are sheep. Most people don't care. Most people don't care that their government is throwing them to the hellfire. Well, maybe you guys would be like, hey, you know, Joe Biden just slipped the tongue. He's been doing that lately. You know, he's old as fuck. You know, you guys give Joe Biden millions of excuses. But out of his own little mouth, he said, we will destroy that. That pipeline that literally just got destroyed, that they're literally trying to blame Russia on doing. But it's not just Joe Biden. His White House officials obviously knew that this was coming down the pipe. No pun intended.
Nuland, that seemed too much, too extreme. And yet here she is in January.
With regard to Nord Stream 2, we continue to have very strong and clear conversations with our German allies. And I want to be clear with you today. If Russia invades Ukraine, one way or another, Nord Stream 2 will not move forward.
It does not get clearer than that. The U.S. is responsible for the fucking Nord Stream 2 pipeline explosion. It's simple. But you have to open your fucking eyes to even notice this. You have to stop living in your fucking fantasy land that America continues to give you. Stop believing the media. I stopped believing the media when they kept pumping that Joe Biden was just batshit crazy. Yes, and I'm about to go on fucking the right. You guys think this man is just losing his fucking marbles. Maybe he is, a little bit. But he's playing the Hegelian dialect. He's playing that I didn't lead you guys to damnation. I'm losing my mind. I have a disease. I'm old. It wasn't me. Shit like this, shit that I'm about to play for you on this screen, is what's going to give you sheeple give him the excuse. You guys will give Joe Biden the excuse because he's old. We are a laughingstock for the world. The world is laughing at America. Babylon is falling. They know it. You go down this way. I go down. Me, Joe Biden, go down. You go down this way. Come on. God damn it, I'm getting tired of fucking doing this. Come on. See, they want you to believe. They're purposely showing you right and left. They're purposely showing you guys that this guy's in a mental decline. He is not. They're purposely showing you Kamala Harris gaffing about the U.S. alliance with North Korea. These people are fucking smart. Stop giving them excuses. They're leading us to the hellfire. Come on. Can't you fucking see it? These people are dingling your lives with their little fingers. They don't care. The new world order's here, and Russia and China will lead it.
The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it is an alliance that is strong and enduring. So the United States...
She's not dumb. North Korea just shot up ballistic missiles when she was going in the territory. She knows that we don't have a strategic alliance with North Korea. She's the goddamn fucking vice president of the United States. These people are not dumb. They're not getting old. They're giving you the excuse in advance. They will say Kamala Harris just wasn't ready. She just wasn't ready. She tried. She's a woman. She's black. They'll give her fucking tons of excuses when this country falls on their watch. And it's about to fall on their watch. Let's not get this shit fucked up. Look at this. This is... You telling me they let this motherfucker on stage and allowed him to say this? They write his speeches. Remember, they don't allow him to do the Oval Office meetings or televised meetings because he can't see the teleprompter. What's on the teleprompter? Their speeches that they write for him. That's what's on their teleprompter. So you're telling me that this was on his teleprompter?
Because I believe we can use these advances to do even more to make America stronger and a healthier nation. And so many of you know so much about this as well, and you're committed. And I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be.
Jackie's been dead since August. He knows that. He fucking knows that. Stop letting these fuckers play you as if they're just stupid, as if they're just in a mental decline. Oh, where's Jackie at? Well, usually when someone has a mistake like this, let's say my boy Bob over there, if I don't want to use Bob, let's say my boy Jim. My homeboy Jim died a month ago. If I'm going to label out everyone's name, hey, Ryan, thank you, James, thank you, Jim. My bad. Jim died. You don't go to Senator this person, Senator that person, and is Jackie here? Oh, she's coming later? She's not here? Oh, Jackie's not here right now. These people ain't dumb. This is a show. You're watching the greatest show on earth. And that show is called The Destruction of America. Look, 56% of voters have doubt about Biden's mental fitness for office. That's what they want you to believe. They're going to get him out of there. They're going to get Kamala out of there. And they're going to insert Gavin Newsom. I know you remember a couple months back, Gavin Newsom strutting in the White House. He was there for like a week. Why? Why was the governor of California in the fucking White House for a week? They're prepping him. He's young. He's vibrant. Great smile. Knows how to lie. He will be the next president. Or that's the plan. And you see what he's doing in California. You think he's going to fucking be beneficial to America, the country, the whole nation? Those Californians are suffering. And the sad part about it all, they all know what's going on. They all know. All these politicians on the right, on the left, they know what's going on. They have to allow this to happen. America's heyday is over with. They have to allow America to be destroyed from within. Tom Cotton, an elected official, a current elected official, a Republican. U.S. decline is by design. What has he done to stop it? What has he done to fucking stop it? Nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Russia will win this war. China will be the new superpower alongside of Russia, Brazil, South Africa, India, and Brazil. I think I covered it all, BRICS. You're about to see war in Ukraine in a level that Russia never showed you. You guys seriously think Ukraine has a chance? That's laughable. The smart thing to do right now is to allow the Ukraine or promote the Ukrainian government and the Russian government to squash this beef, because it's about to get motherfucking ugly and the world will change forever. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in to TaijhTV. I hope you have been entertained, enlightened, possibly educated, and I will catch you when I catch you. Have a good night. Peace out.